By the mid-1960s, 1966 or so, the integrationist phase of the civil rights movement was changed to one of a more assertive, aggressive proposition for Black power and Black revolution, and Richmond was not immune from those forces as well. Those racial tensions that had simmered really broke out in 1966 with the riots, and started, not unexpectedly, over police, community relations.
People were saying to me, in the South we have the KKK, in Richmond we have the police.
It was something called the Cowboys in terms of the Richmond Police Department.
Most of the cowboys as police officers was real husky white cowboy cops. Some of them was tall and thin, but most of them was husky. If you would see them at night, you would be afraid when they put their hand on the gun and walk up to your car. You would be real frightful.
Something was happening, and that would hit the front lines of the paper at least once a month.
We live near the corner where the neighborhood house is located now. And I can remember at that time being at home and late at night hearing some gunshot. That morning when I got up, I saw where the police and the ambulance and all, and they had said one of the Dowell brothers, Boogie Dowell, had been shot.
Denzil Dowell got killed on Truman in Chesley. He was killed while he was trying to jump a fence and had his hands up in the air. He did not have a weapon like the county sheriff department said that he did.
And the police attempted to cover it up.
And when he got killed, we went 5150.
That was a breaking point. That was during a time when Dr. Martin Luther King was speaking, and we were demanding some rights.
And we brought the Black Panthers in here. We felt as though that they killed a black young man for no reason at all, and we retaliated.
In front of my house, the Black Panthers came. And I didn't know what the Black Panthers necessarily was, but they were right out in front of my house.
I was driving down 2nd Street, and as I looked up over on a residential building, I saw Black Panthers wearing berets with guns all over North Richmond, it appeared at that time.
And they established a curfew. We began to riot, and the trains came up and blocked us all in.
We destroyed a liquor store where the neighborhood house is on 3rd and Chesley. We destroyed a few other white-owned buildings that we thought that was racism.
The neighborhood was blocked off, there were shootings, and the police, a lot of security came in.
During the riot, I would drive people back and forth across the railroad track because the policeman wasn't letting them come in unless they lived over here. So we had a little hoop-de-wheel, and I would make extra money going across the track. Each time I would go back and forth across the track, they would run up to the car when you come back and, what you got? Who are you? And they see you 2 or 3 times. It was just harassment to me. It wasn't all of the police officers, some of them. Just a group they called the Cowboys.
It was the civil rights movement in the South, but it actually spilled over throughout California, kind of on the West Coast.
We rioted for justice. North Richmond became a focus, and the movement of the Black Panthers started. Don Warden came and preached on the corner of Filbert Street, and that particular killing, that was one of the main factors that caused people to take up arms and to decide if it was necessary, we were going to defend ourselves.
The first time that I was shot at was right here in this corner, and I can say that I don't know for a fact that the person was shooting me because it was me, but because of the uniform that I had on.
There were mothers who were so concerned about their children, they walked their children to school rather than to let the children go by themselves. The children were never allowed outside of their yard without being accompanied. It was a fearful place for many of the parents as well as the children.
At that time in 1966, I had met Huey Newton coming into the county building with a gun, and citizens were able to carry firearms as long as they were not concealed.
Soon after then, the Black Panthers went to the state capitol with their guns drawn, saying, we're going to protect the community.
Because of the actions of the Black Panthers, the law was changed in California that no person could carry a weapon loaded in the city limits or within a certain amount of distance from any county government building. And that all came about because of the Black Panthers and how they paraded around in North Richmond and all over the Bay Area with guns.